So should you buy this bag, this bag, this bag, or this bag? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Dani. I like doing videos on handbags. I talk about luxury handbags, contemporary brand handbags, as well as luxury inspired handbags. So if you like that kind of content, certainly do subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you'll be informed every time I upload a video, and I'd love to have you back over and over again. This video is dedicated to one of my viewers, Landa. I'm calling you Landa. I know you've got a different name on Instagram, but I think that's private. Thank you, Landa, for requesting this video. You were interested mainly in this bag over here. You caught one of my shorts videos where I showed what fit in this bag, and you said that you were interested. I haven't done an in-depth review on this bag just yet, so I thought it was really timely. You requested that I did a comparison to all the Chanel bags that I owned. So I have 4 Chanel bags. So this one over here, and then here is my Chanel wallet on chain, and then my square mini and my medium classic flap. I thought the best way of structuring this video was to first do an in-depth review of this bag over here, since this is the one that you are primarily interested in, and then compare them with the other 3 bags towards the second part of the video. So I hope you find this helpful. Of course, I'll give you a bag tour, and then I'll cover things like dimensions, what fits, and I'll give you some watch shots and talk about pros and cons. All right, so firstly, this bag is the Chanel Mini Rectangular. This one is a seasonal bag. It is a full flap. It is in black lambskin, and it is really beautiful and buttery. And it comes with 24 karat gold plated hardware, which is what Chanel used to do. So this is what she looks like in the front. So in terms of helping to identify the size of a bag, when you see it in a listing, you count the number of quilts there are across, and there are full quilts. So a bag this size, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full quilts horizontally. So that's her in front, that's her from the side, that's her from the back, and this bag does not have a Mona Lisa pocket, and that's her on the other side. That's her at the top. She has 2 grommets, and on the bottom there are no feet. This lambskin is so buttery soft, and this is vintage Chanel. So she comes from the 1 series, which is from 1989 to 1991. So I'm going to show you her CC turn lock close up. So you can see that there is 3 dents in it, in the corner of the C over here. Now, I've heard it represent different things. Some people say that it represents it's vintage Chanel. Some people say it represents that it's dipped in 24 karat gold. And I've also heard another source say that it just means that it's made in France. But I'm not an expert. I'm just letting you know. Do your own research and decide for yourself what it means. So she does have a long shoulder strap, and it is classic Chanel, the gold chain interwoven with black leather. On the inside, we have the CC logo over there. There is the part of the turn lock that says Chanel Paris, and then there is Chanel hot stamped over there. There's one big main compartment. On the back wall of the bag, there are some slip pockets as well as a lipstick compartment. My sticker is in the back corner over there, see that? I'll just quickly give you a bit of background story about this. I purchased this bag from the Purse Affair in either 2020 or 2021. I'm pretty sure it was 2020. It was obviously pre-loved. It came with most of its packaging. There was the original box, a dust bag, but there was no Chanel authenticity card, and I paid under 4,000 Australian dollars for this. The price has certainly gone up in the recent years. It is in really good condition in my opinion. There was some leather that had worn because the pockets had stuck together. Since that was on the inside of the bag, I didn't mind it too much. I thought the bag was really, really beautiful. And just some extra detail over here. On these clasps, you might be able to see that it's engraved with Chanel, and it's on both sides. So this is not detachable, and the strap is not adjustable. In terms of dimensions, the bag measures 19 centimeters in length, 11 centimeters in height, and 7 centimeters in depth. The strap drop measures 52 centimeters. So I don't own a modern day rectangular mini from Chanel, but I'm looking at Emia, which is a pre-loved website here in Australia, and here is a rectangular mini. According to their measurements, the modern day Chanel rectangular mini measures 19.5 centimeters, so just about half a centimeter longer than my vintage one over here. The height is 13 centimeters, whereas mine here is 11 centimeters, so just about a couple of centimeters taller than this one. and the depth is 6 centimeters, and the one that I've measured here is 7 centimeters. So based on the information that I have from EMEA, the vintage rectangular flap is similar in size to the modern day one. The chain drop though, people always complain about the chain drop of the modern day rectangular mini. And according to EMEA, the chain drop is approximately 56 centimeters, whereas this one is 52, and I love this chain drop. Moving on to what fits into this little bag. So usually I do have an organizer for this bag, and I usually have an organizer for all my Chanel bags that have a sticker. And that's because sometimes when you put your items inside the bag, when those items rub against the sticker on the inside of the bag, sometimes the stickers can peel off, and that instantly devalues your bag. So for that reason, I always have an organizer in my bag anyway, to essentially protect the sticker and the value of my bag. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you what can fit inside this bag as a maximal capacity, so that way you know, like if you really want to pack the bag, that's the maximum that you can fit in. And then you have to imagine with an organizer, it gets less than that. Right here, I have my mini pochette that I kind of use as a wallet plus a catch-all. It is relatively full at the moment. It's got my car keys, a couple of lip balms, some cards, some cash, tissue paper, as well as a bag holder. So it's pretty chubby at the moment, and that will fit inside the bag. Oh, I almost dropped it on the ground. So yeah, so that will fit inside the bag without the organizer, just like that, but it'll take up most of the space. And then I'll see if I can fit my phone in. So this is the iPhone mini 13, and no, it won't go in unless I really shove it. So I'm not going to shove it. So let's start with the essentials. So my iPhone 13 mini, card case, one lippy, my key fob, hand sanitizer. So I would consider that essentials, and that's what it looks like. What about another lippy? And I do have a little coin purse here, which is empty, but I guess this would more or less represent like any other small coin purse that you might be carrying. And yeah, I would say that would be at capacity. So really, if you wanted to use an organizer, you'd be able to carry less than that. But I would say that this fits all the essentials. Let me see. I'm gonna close it up. Actually, it doesn't close. So I'll take out that coin purse. Now it will close. So there you go. So a quick recap: my iPhone 13 mini, a card case, hand sanitizer, 2 lippies, and my key fob. So let's talk about pros and cons. First pro, it is very, very beautiful, if I do say so myself. And I think the quality is, as far as I understand, better than current day quality. I deliberately don't own any current day Chanel lambskin and deliberately went through the vintage route. Talk about how with the vintage bags, the hardware is much more durable, and it's true. I can't see that any of the gold tone has rubbed off at all. This is still extremely, extremely shiny and very pigmented as well. It fits the basic essentials, but probably not more than that. In terms of versatility, I do think this bag can go from night till day easy as. It goes well as a casual bag with a casual outfit. I do like that it is black, and I deliberately bought a black bag because I don't want to see any color transfer on such an expensive and hard to get bag. I also really like the shorter strap drop of 52 centimeters, and in a moment I will show you what it looks like on myself. In terms of price, it certainly is more affordable to go via the pre-loved or vintage route because Chanel has done crazy price increases. At the time of filming, I checked the Chanel website and there are no rectangular minis at the moment, so I'm unable to tell you what the current recommended retail price is, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's say around 7,000 Australian dollars, given that the Chanel Classic Flap is currently $16,000. So usually I think the price point is about half. Anyway, you'd have to check the website for a more accurate price reference. But yeah, I did just see one on Vestiaire Collective going for 5,400 Australian dollars. The prices have really gone up. I guess another pro of that is that these bags seem to hold value or potentially go up in value. And I'm talking about if you wait years and years, not Not if you purchase a bag and then you try and resell it on in 1 to 2 years. I think you will still make a loss if you do that. But if you're willing to hold on to these bags for, 10 years or so, I think you'd probably be able to profit a little bit on it. Are these bags good investments? I would say no, because even if you made a profit, I would say probably not, because it depends on how you invest your money. Like if you go and buy property, if you go and buy stocks, you'll probably be able to get a better return for your money in those situations. But if you're talking about as a luxury lover, which bags should you go for that will get you as much money back in the future? This one would probably be one that goes into that category. In terms of cons, because it's not available in store anymore, you have to go via the pre-loved route. So there's always concerns about authenticity, and that's just a risk that you take when you go and buy something pre-loved. The other con is that it also doesn't fit much at all, and for someone like myself who needs to carry quite a bit around every day, this can't be my everyday bag. Right, so let's move on to comparing this bag over here with the other 3 bags that I've got. So I'm not going to read out all the different dimensions of the other 3 bags because it's going to make the video so dry. What I will do is to put up a picture of the dimensions of all the 4 bags next to each other, and you can take a screenshot and look at it and gradually digest it. But I will hold up these bags next to each other. So let's start with the wallet on chain. So next to each other, that's what they look like. So the wallet on chain is slightly taller, and in terms of depth, that's how they look different. And side to side, that's what they look like. In terms of length, they are practically identical. My wallet on chain here is in patent leather. The color is dark peach, and the classic wallet on chain does have a Mona Lisa pocket at the back. This one here comes with silver hardware, and here is the classic Chanel chain again. Chain with interwoven leather. Let's compare the chain sizes. I'm just going to come closer. So the Chanel wallet on chain is much thinner than the rectangular mini, which kind of makes sense because the wallet on chain is meant to be a smaller bag, but it's almost half the thickness. Let's see if it fits everything that the rectangular mini needed to fit. So that's my phone gone in, hand sanitizer, lippy number 1, lippy number 2, and key fob. So, and look at that, it does fit. It bulges a little bit and it's deformed the bag, so the flap has gotten crooked because the bag is somewhat overfilled. I wouldn't necessarily fill up my wallet on chain so much, but if you're desperate, you certainly can. I guess for the wallet and chain, I'll probably use a much smaller bottle of hand sanitizer or try and hunt one down. I haven't got a smaller one at the moment, and probably downsize to just 1 lippy. Up next is my Chanel Square Mini. This one here is in caviar leather. The color is charcoal, so it's got a grayish tinge. It's not completely black, and it comes with ruthenium hardware. On the back, it does have a Mona Lisa pocket as opposed to the rectangular mini that I've got. Side to side, that's what they look like. Square Mini is taller vertically, but in terms of horizontal length, it is shorter. The CC logo and turn lock is larger on the Square Mini. Square Mini also has 2 grommets, and in terms of their chain width, the Square Mini is actually a little bit thicker. Unlike the Mini Rectangular, the Square Mini doesn't have the 2 pockets with the lipstick holder. It just has 1 slip pocket there, and it also has a zipper pocket there as well. Otherwise, it is 1 big compartment. Similarly, I also use my Square Mini with an insert, but for the sake of today's video, I will not put the insert in so that you can see at maximum what will fit in this bag. So my phone, hand sanitizer, card holder, key fob, 2 lippies. Why do you have to buzz? And that fits really comfortably, and it closes over no problem at all. It doesn't feel stretched whatsoever, and people have said that the Square Mini tends to fit more than the rectangular mini, which is a little bit surprising, isn't it? I think what does help is that little bit of height. I've been able to place my card holder vertically instead of horizontally, and it just means that I get a bit more real estate down the bottom of the bag for like my lippy and my car keys. I'm just gonna try adding that square pouch that didn't fit in the rectangular mini. Yeah, so that fits no problem. So the square mini really just fits that little bit more compared to the rectangular mini. So my rectangular mini compared to my medium classic flap, that's what they look like side to side. So it does look significantly smaller than the medium classic flap. This one has 5 full quilts if we count across, and this one has 7 quilts counting across. This one is the full flap, and the classic flap has the classic flap. In terms of their CC logos, the classic flap one has a larger one, which makes sense so that it looks a bit more proportionate. It is clearly taller and longer as well. If I put them one in front of each other, that's what it would look like. In terms of depth, they are very, very similar. And in terms of length difference, that's what they look like. I didn't say that my classic flap over here is in caviar leather and also silver hardware. And the classic flap has all the features of the classic flap and the Mona Lisa pocket at the back. Classic flap is a double flap, which usually limits what you can fit inside the bag. I have an organizer inside as well, but I'm going to take that out. And the classic flap will clearly fit. I shouldn't say clearly. Let me test it out first, because I've been proven wrong before. So my phone, my card case, hand sanitizer, lippy number 1, lippy number 2, my car keys. These are all the items that could fit in. We have a bit more space here. So here's that coin purse. And then, oh, my sunscreen. Yep, so all those fit in. And I can probably still lay some sunglasses on top. If you really want to know what fits in the medium classic flap, I went through that thoroughly in this comparison video over here, so go ahead and check that one out. I've linked that in the description box below. Thank goodness the medium classic flap fitted more than the rectangular mini. I would have been a bit upset if this one didn't fit more. Because people do say that, oh, the minis fit just as much as the classic flaps, but I guess they must be referring to the small one. So the other big difference between these two bags is that the classic flap has 4 grommets, whereas the mini bags tend to have just 2 grommets. This means that the classic flap can go from a double chain shoulder bag to a long shoulder strap, and you can wear that as a long shoulder bag or crossbody. Comparing now the chain thickness between the Chanel Classic Flap as well as the rectangular mini, the Classic Flap does have a thicker strap, and that makes sense because it's a larger bag. So, alright, so some watch shots with the beautiful Chanel rectangular mini. This is what she looks like on me. I am 5 foot or 152 centimeters, so not bad, and I like her best crossbody. So this is where she hits me, and I love that. I think that's very flattering. Not too long. Okay, so let's start first with the differences in the strap drops. So here are all the 4 bags together. The Chanel wallet on chain has the longer strap drop, is right at the bottom there. This is the rectangular mini that we're talking about. This is the square mini and the Chanel Classic Flap. So it looks like the strap drop between the medium rectangular as well as the mini square is comparable. Between the mini rectangular and the wallet on chain, that's the difference. Stand over here. Yeah, so stark difference in terms of what they look like on me. This is the Chanel wallet on chain, and then the rectangular mini if I go crossbody. So yeah, this strap drop is just ridiculous, but I think we all know that. Between the 2 minis, so between the square mini and the rectangular mini, their strap drops are almost identical. I'll stand over here so it's clear. Yeah, pretty much identical. What they look like on myself. So there they are. Crossbody. Like that. Compared to the Chanel Classic Flap, so the Classic Flap has the strap singled down to just its shoulder length, and that is the strap drop difference. I'll stand over here. In terms of what they look like on, like a crossbody. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any other questions about these 4 bags, certainly leave me a comment. I've done some reviews on some of these bags already, so I will link them in the description box below as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It really helped me out and help my channel grow. Do subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll be informed every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to leave a related video on screen that you can click on and watch.